Tide, roll tide, everybody. Roll tide, everybody. Oh, I'm back with another video. Please like and subscribe. You know all the good stuff, but please like and subscribe for real. I'm on push 1,000 right now. I'm at 643 currently. Uh, just trying to get my subscribers up. Hey, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat. William Bryant, Roll Tide, brother. Icebox, Roll Tide, brother. Brandon Washington, Go Dogs, Roll Tide. Go Dogs, good dog, go Dogs. Hey, I expect y'all to murder South Carolina by a lot this week. But yes, y'all see the title of it, Alabama therapy session. Jeff Stapleton, Roll Tide, brother, Roll Tide. Thank you for tuning in. But y'all see y'all see it. Alabama therapy session. Tyler Bucker is expected to start. And what I want to see from Alabama, you know, last week we took a hard loss. At least as a fan base, we took a hard loss. And I'm pretty sure as a team to Texas. But that's over and done with. It's time to move on. But my question is, how will we move on? How do we move on? Well, I'm currently at 644 subscribers, but how do we move on? You know, right now, hey, my brother is in the chat. What's going on, brother? What's going on? But you know, the question I have for Alabama right now, I question the heart, I question the toughness. So we're gonna talk about that. But right now, Tyler Buchner is quarterback one. QB, motivated, dedicated. What's going on? Shout out to Miro. Okay. But yes, right now he's quarterback. Tyler Buchner is quarterback one. And you know, me, I wasn't the biggest fan of him placing, but man, I'm the biggest fan of Alabama football. No, please don't see Jalen. Yeah, it's about to happen, but you know, it's one of those things that when you got a quarterback like Jalen, you personally got a game plan for this guy. You got a game plan for Jalen. I know these OCs have their system on what they want to do. You know, I understand that, but you got a game plan for him. Like, it's just what it is. And right now, Tyler Buchner, he knows this Tommy Rees. He knows how Tommy Rees want to operate. He knows the operation of Tommy Rees. So right now, it's kind of like going to more experience and knowing familiarity, I feel like. And honestly, this game, I am really open to see these quarterbacks, all quarterbacks, Jalen Miro, Buchner, Simpson. I'm open to seeing whatever we can do. And, you know, I'm open to it right now. So right now, Tyler Buchner is QB1. And I'm with you, Coach Dude Sports. I felt the same way. It's not all on Jalen because it's one of those things that there was a lot of pressure come, and I will say this: Jalen did miss open players downfield. He did miss open players downfield. He kind of stayed in the pocket, probably held the ball too long at times. But I'm telling you, the offensive line has to block, bro. The offensive line does have to block, and if we can't get nobody to block, neither one of these quarterbacks will do well with this because Bryce just had natural instincts last year. Bryce just had natural instincts, man. Like to get away, and everybody might not have that natural instinct. But I'm gonna say this: this is not necessarily the game that we're gonna figure out who the QB is. This is for real. This is not the game. Hold on, Coach Dude Sports, but this is not the game that I feel like we're going to come to that conclusion. Is Buchner going to be the guy? Because this is the type of game that everybody's going to do good. All the quarterbacks who play will do good in this game because it's South Florida. But yes, William Bryant, I'm with you. Fix the line, and we can get better production out of all these guys. We will get better production out of all these guys. But I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry I messed up. Oops. I'm messing around. Hold on. Yes, I messed around. I'm trying to get this link out. Hold on, guys. All right. All right, my bad, guys. I'm so sorry, but I was trying to get that link out. My bad, my bad, my bad. But like I was saying, we gotta fix this offensive line, man. We gotta fix this offensive line. Yes, sir. I was about in the chat. What's going on, brother? What's going on?
Hey, brother, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Not much.
Man, I heard what's going on. I tell you what, I'm like everybody else, brother. Fix that damn line. I
Yes,
ain't gonna throw all this on Milrow. And you know me, I'm a Buckner guy.
yes, you are.
Been that way since day one. But I don't know. This is the way I'm hoping it goes tomorrow. Be honest with you, it's South Florida. I feel like if Buckner gets in there, and like you said, any one of them's gonna do good. I believe you can
Yeah.
put Holstein in there, he's gonna score.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I feel like if Buckner gets in there and he does good and does okay, and I'd say go about third quarter midways, maybe the end of it. But I'd rather him come out. Say like if we've got 17 or 28 points ahead, get him out of there and put Milrow back in there. Let him
Yeah.
get his confidence back up. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
make a competition out of it. Let's get the best man in there. And
Yeah.
if they get that dadgum line fixed, Milrow, I still say, just like Van, some of the other guys have said it, let's get some plays in there for Milrow, some rollouts, some shotguns, do something where that man has some more time to see what he needs to see downfield, and hopefully the line will give him something. You know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah.
all starts with that line, brother.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I understand the fact he threw two interceptions, and all this comes from inexperience, like still with little experience. But when your mind is being routed from the pressure, it's hard for you to think straight. So therefore, you get jittery. You might miss plays downfield, but like I said, I am open to seeing what we got. But with a
Yeah.
quarterback like Miro, you have to game plan. You have to do what favors him. You have to do what favors him.
Mm-hmm.
And Van just said something. It feel like Alabama just throwing stuff at the wall to see if it sticks. And right now, I do feel like this. Buckner is familiar with Tommy Reese, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
those two will be a whole lot more comfortable, whatever going on. But let's see how this thing goes out. Coach Dude, what's going on, man?
Hey, salute, gentlemen, man. Much respect, man. Much respect. Roll tide, gentlemen.
Hey, roll tide to you, Coach Dude.
Roll Tide out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand what everybody is saying about the quarterback change and all that. I understand, but my thing is, it's more than just the quarterback play that a
Yes.
lot of people are not looking at. A lot of people are just looking at, ooh, it's the quarterback, it's the quarterback, it's the quarterback. But we haven't ran the ball efficiently for the first two games. Even with the Middle Tennessee State game, they were getting pressure on the Jalen. I understand that Jalen has his deficiencies. I'm not saying that. But when you got a quarterback that's has deficiencies and he's your starting quarterback, you have to cater your offense to him a little bit. We're still running. Even Nick said it during the early this season that we still got some of the same offensive schemes from the previous regimes. You see what I'm saying? And this is a different type of quarterback. We haven't ran. We haven't ran no quarterback sweeps, things like that with the guy that we should be utilizing his athletic ability. Also, man, I've been saying for the last 3 years, going on 3 years, we haven't ran no bubble screens, tunnel screens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we haven't ran no running back screens. We haven't done any of those things. So it's not just about one specific player. It's not even just about the offensive line. It's about the whole scheme of things that we're just doing.
I agree, man. I do agree. I agree. Like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of giving up on it yet because we got to do stuff to build confidence. It's just, like I said, I am open to this game, especially to see different quarterbacks. But like I'm telling people, this game is not going to determine that have we found and won yet. This is South Florida. We're going to beat the Braves off of them. We expect to do that. It's going to be when we play a game like Ole Miss, Tennessee, how we going to come through then. But you said it on one of your videos, Coach Dude. Posted, it was something you did. But when you got an athletic quarterback like Jalen Milroe, you got a game plan for him. You have the game plan for him. You just can't do. You got to make him feel comfortable. And I use this comparison all the time. You can't put Lamar Jackson in the Tom Brady offense and expect Lamar Jackson to be Lamar Jackson. You can't put Tom Brady in the Lamar Jackson offense and expect him to be Lamar Jackson. It's not going to work. So you have to plan around these guys. Now, when Tyler Buckner get out there, I hope we do find our QB1. I hope we do find it, whatever. I'm Alabama.
It don't matter.
Win, but the offensive line, it's a lot of stuff. I got a list of stuff, things I want to see. And one of them was offensive game plan for Tyler Buckner. It was originally for Milroe. Then this came out the Buckner. So, but the other one, you hit it on it. Run the damn ball. Listen, we didn't run the ball good. Last week we didn't run the ball good. If we can't run the ball good on Middle Tennessee, we can't get a run game going. It's not gonna help neither one of these quarterbacks. Whoever we choose is not gonna help.
Hold up just for a second. Where did Coach Dude go?
I'm right here.
Okay, and let me ask you, the running game. Chase McClellan was doing great. I thought he was.
Listen, the first half we had like over 90-some yards, and this is my thought on this. I feel like everybody gets so caught up in the big boom plays and stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody gets so caught up, so it wasn't big runs. So I feel like people got away from it. Like if you're trying to go back to the style of offense, it might not be big boom plays, but if it's effective, you got to keep leaning on the defense. Keep leaning on the defense because eventually that is gonna wear them out. Because that's how we used to beat people in the past. It wasn't always big yardage plays, run plays. It was we kept leaning on them, Then when the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter time came, those dudes are tired now. So we gotta do something. But my number 3 things that I want to talk about is pressure on the quarterback from the defense.
God. Yes.
You gotta get pressure on the freaking quarterback. Got to.
Yeah.
Yes. If we don't get pressure, I can play quarterback. If you ain't getting pressure on me, I can sit there and pick apart the defense.
Have y'all seen Dallas Turner? Is Dallas Turner on the team?
I thought he transferred. I said, I'm gonna go back and look at the 2 games, and I'm gonna look just directly at Dallas Turner. I wonder if he's being double. I don't know what's going on, but I thought he transferred at one point. That was my honest opinion. I thought he transferred.
Well, what happened to the line?
So what?
What happened to the line? I mean, I thought we were supposed to have a badass line. Hell, we didn't even blitz. We didn't come off the edge. We didn't do nothing. You know,
we didn't do nothing. No pressure. So,
and see, the last couple years, gentlemen, and everybody, I was one of them. Dang, Pete, why you blitzing so dang on much? You can't blitz every dang on down. Like what we doing? You blitzing wrong right now, man. We went to blitz every for being crazy blitz to no blitz. And that game last week, gentlemen, I'm sorry, man. Some of them like that loft play that just throw up and pray, and little buddy came down and caught it in the end zone. If we'd have that was just no pressure. He just threw it off his back foot. And it just gets to me because we have forget the 4 and 5 stars. Forget all that. This is Alabama defense. So we should be aggressive. Period. We are not aggressive. And it's hurting me because now everybody's saying, oh, the DBs. But if you're not getting no pressure, I don't care if you're playing park ball all the way up to the professionals. If you're not getting no pressure back there, man, your DBs will be suspect no matter who you got back there.
Listen, this is what I bring up, Coach Dude. In 4 seconds, what happens in 4 seconds?
a touchdown if you got 4 seconds.
These dudes run 4.2s, 4.3s in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you cannot get back there within 3 seconds, them DBs are burnt. They burnt.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And then this I don't understand, and I do understand. I do understand because I was asking I got a cousin. He's a huge Miami Hurricane fan, and right before the season, we were talking. I was like, man, why y'all get rid of the boy? Why y'all get rid of him? He was like, man, it was just something about him, and I'm one of those coaches now for myself that you have to change with the times. As in, a lot of the older coaches, if you're looking at it now, they're struggling in all professions. They're struggling because of it's the miss with the youth and their mentality. So sometimes I'm not saying like with our coaching staff, we have a couple older gentlemen. Let the younger gentlemen kind of step up more because they can relate to those young guys and the terminology. They can relate to them a little bit more.
Yep. I agree with that, man. I agree with that because a lot of these old guys, they're stubborn. They're stuck in their ways. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I've been around for this long. I know how it goes. But things change. Things change like us. We talk about the generation today. Hey, it's just one of the things we got to get over the generation today because, hey, it's changed. There ain't nothing we can do about it. We can talk all the junk. Back in our day, this. Back in our day, that. But that crap don't even mean nothing to them or the times no more. So I agree with that, man. I agree with that. Gotta get with the times with this. And
because this is the thing, like with Coach Saban. I'm a huge Coach Saban fan.
Yes,
but Coach Saban, his philosophy, his expertise is supposed to be with the DBs. And for the last couple of years, a lot of us, real Alabama fans, has been saying, "Hey, man, the DBs." In my opinion, I just think Nick might need to go pay somebody to come on in and help coach up these DBs and let him sit back and be the real CEO like he should be.
I agree.
I'm gonna say something if you don't mind, Junior.
Go ahead.
Back in my day with Bear Bryant and all them kind of guys, used to running the ball was it. We had the triple option and we had men, and I do mean we had men up there on that offensive line and on the defensive line. I was talking to another guy. It was KB, and I was telling him, back in the days, you had people like Cornelius Bennett and everybody else like that, on the line, Curry and all them. You had men playing that ball, and then all of a sudden, the West Coast offense come in and started lightening up, and next thing you know, you got RPOs, you got the spread, you got things. It's changing all the time, people coming up with different schemes, and you got to stay up with all that kind of stuff, and you can't blame Alabama on this because every time we get coaches good enough to play these systems, they get hired out or move on, and next thing you know, they come up with some other kind of scheme. It's hard to stay up, but I think Alabama's done a fair job at it, But these last 2 or 3 years, guys, I don't know what in the world is going on down there at Alabama. But you're right. You got to change.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I have a question. When you were speaking about that, let's just use the service academies, for example. With Army, Navy, etc. They've been running the same offense since I've been alive. See what I'm saying? But I know it's a difference because of the military background, and I know the kids are a little bit different when it comes to discipline. But even with that, they lose a coach, but they keep that same mentality. They keep everything is still the same, even though they lose coaching staffs. I agree with you when how our coaching staff get rated year by year by year from the high schools to the pros. They're getting rated. I agree, but it still should be the process. It's like the process is gone. And it's the process is gone from the fan base to the team. It's like everybody's gone.
I've been saying this for the past couple years, and I think Marvin Constant came out and he said it. He said it like I've been saying it for the last 2-3 years that we need to get back to recruiting these kids from the back road schools that don't have the means to get into these camps, that have been denied, said you ain't gonna never make it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody looking at you, because them dudes are dogs. And I think Mark Constant came out and said it this week on one of his shows. I'm like, they just solidify what I've been saying. Then I had said early on the show that these dudes I don't feel like they got a dog in them. And some people, not on here, really, you know what I'm saying? But some people like, man, you ain't no Bama fan. You ain't no Bama. I said, but 1 or 2 days later, the former Alabama players came out basically saying the same thing.
Right.
Then DeMarco Hellams come back. Now, Hitman, but I love you. I had some love-hate relationship with you at Alabama, but he come out and try to defend the new guys, talking about the alumni. I shouldn't be saying this. I said, but you are one of the people, the reason why Alabama defense is looking like that, because just y'all mentality. Y'all ain't got that dog in y'all no more. I love
That's
y'all,
right.
but y'all ain't got that dog in y'all no more.
I agree with you. Just look at what's the running back that played for Oakland? He came from he came as what, a 2-3 star running back, but he was often homeless kid.
Under-recruited.
Right. He was homeless, so he got that. He was hungry. He was still getting fed. He was still hungry until he left. Where I agree with you, these guys coming in nowadays, man, with how the internet is and how everybody from they aunties to their school teachers to their grandmamas, everybody's hyping these young kids up, saying, "Oh, you the next this, you the next that, next this, next that." And when they get to these stages, plus the NIL has made a lot of these young individuals seem better than what they are on paper, because when they get to the real world, out here to this, they get lost, and that's what's happening.
And Coach Dude, you know football, you coach football, and I tell people this. I said, believe it or not, I said a lot of these kids, they're not as good as the star rating. I said they're okay. I said, but when you go to these camps, all you need to get a 4-5 star rating, go to the camps and be a good camper. You cannot start on your high school team and be a good camper and come out as a 4-star, whatever, and not start in your high school. But if you go to these rival camps and show out, that's all you need. But you look at the football field, it's like, you all right, but I don't think you are Alabama good. I don't think you are Georgia good. Like, seriously.
Right. A lot of kids are getting recruited now from those camps and from those 7-on-7s. Yep. A lot of the game, high school film and stuff like that, man. A lot of coaches are, because of the travel and because of the past COVID experience and stuff like that, a lot of the travel kind of got messed up and things. So a lot of the recruiting is coming from camps and coming from highlight tapes, instead of really going to the games and looking at the offensive lineman, like looking at Caden Proctor, looking at and seeing how he really does against fast defensive ends. And if we saw a lot of that stuff from the beginning, we could understand, like, hey, these kids have some deficiencies. Let's coach them up before we really put them out there to get exposed.
Yep. And
hey guys,
the point I brought up today, talking to somebody, is we getting these kids from all these high prep schools, IMG Academy, Matter Day. Let's think about IMG Academy. That's basically a high school. That's like a college, bro. I said, so therefore they come in living that lifestyle already. They come from a high school that the facilities are so good that you have former NFL. You got NFL players that go back there in the off season to train there at the high school. So the facilities are something new. We need kids that come from them back row schools that haven't a weight room in 25 years, that appreciate all this, that'll die for all this. That we do not have no more. These kids have seen it already. They done seen it already, man.
Let me jump in there, Junior. I got to get off here in just a few minutes, and I have to rock. I won't be able to text anymore. But you're right. We need them back guys, the backwood guys that are tough. You know what I'm saying? Not like what they're doing now. I don't know what the world they're trying to do, but you're right. That's what I was getting at. Back in the old days, we had men on the lines. Nowadays, we need more men, more guys that want to be out there, some country boys, or do something that's got some toughness to them. Get out there and get them on the line. But anyways, I got to go. Can I do a plug real quick?
Matter of fact, Go ahead and do that. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all catch us on Bam Dam Sports, and make sure you go to Bam Dam. If you see Icebox, if you see my picture on it, it's the wrong one. Right now, we ain't got a header on, but you may see a different logo. But if you happen to see me, that's not the right one. But go to Bam Dam Sports, click subscribe. Coach Dude, I hope you'll come see us over there and come talk with us. But I got to get out of here. Thank you, NSJ. I appreciate it, bud.
No problem, man. No problem.
I sure will. I'll be there. Roll Tide.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Roll Tide. And NSJ, I'll get with you later on tonight about tomorrow's show.
Yes, sir. And
Later, bro.
Roll Tide. And another thing, please go subscribe to Coach Dude Sports as well. Please go do that. Please go do that. Run it up over there, y'all. Run it up over there. But
Appreciate that. Man, it's just, I don't know, man. I guess coming to the season, our expectations was a little different. And especially, man, like if you watch the offensive game film from Notre Dame for the last couple of years, you know, even if you watch them now, because see, they still running some of the same stuff. You like, God, I'm like, I haven't seen this motions offense, you know what I'm saying, with the eye candy. I ain't seen none of that, man. And it's like, it's hard because it's just like they just lining up and saying down, said hood. That's it. There's nothing that I would have thought that what was coming into it. Because honestly, I thought Tommy was gonna bring a little his flavor and mix it in, right, with what we got already. And it's not doing it.
What's up, Shutter Light? He said, "What's up, Dabo Junior? Alabama / Clemson session." Boy, there ain't no Clemson sessions up in here, boy. Boy, go. Hey, but for real, and see, that was one of the things too. We hit it on one of them, better O-line play. We hit it on that beginning, but I want to see more tight end usage in the passing game. I just want to see more tight end usage, period. Look, line these big boys up on the line and using the block. Get some open up for the, like last week, we should have been putting the tight end over there on Caden Proctor decide to help him out, okay?
Help him out, right.
He would get whooped. Like, come on,
that's
man.
Coaching. That's coaching. That's coaching, Lil Nick. That's coaching. Honestly, man, that's coaching. That ain't got nothing to do with Dalen. That's coaching. You see your tackle getting his tail whooped every single down, first, second, and third down, no matter what. Why you ain't putting a running back on that side to chip him at least? Or like you said, put a tight end. See what I'm saying? Man, I just use myself, for example, man. With my 11U team, I understand I had the deficiencies on my line. So in order for me to move the ball, let me get a tight end. And what I did with one of my kids is the kid think I play wide receiver. Yeah, come here. You know, tight end. I showed him Gronk and all that. Hey man, you know, this man catches a Kelsey. I was like, he catches a whole bunch of passes from right here. Oh, I played. And man, I ain't thrown in the ball yet. But he just think that, hey, I'm playing tight end and I need him to block. Now I'm gonna help the kid out. I'm gonna congratulate. I'm gonna feed him. But at the same time, it's just, hey man, you gotta do what's best for the team and the program. Man. Hey,
you know, I had to explain that to my son. See, my son hadn't played football since he was 6, but he was doing other little stuff in between then. But when COVID came, that put a halt to a lot of his sports. So he just getting back to it this year in 7th grade. And we worked out all summer, bro. I said, bro, you got it. You just got to get the feel back for the game again. And so when he got back, when he first started, they had put him in middle linebacker. They had switched him to cornerback and safety. But he originally got to the position he wanted to play, which is defensive end. And the containment jump, he wasn't really feeling the containment jump. You know what I'm saying? He want to crash every time.
He want to crash, right?
I said, containment, bro. I said, you got to learn the containment. I said, it's important. I said, you might not even end up with a tackle, but if you forcing the man back inside and ain't letting him outside of you, you're doing your job because your team going to be there. They should be there to clean up for you. And yesterday, look, this 3rd game of the season, he ain't played in forever. He cracked the starting lineup yesterday. Went out there. He was in on several tackles yesterday, bro. That's
what's up. So let me ask you this. Okay, what do you see? What have you seen good so far with the offense? Let's just go there with the offense. What have you seen good so far?
I got a shout out to my wide receiver course because that was the big concern going into the season. That actually them been the unsung heroes of the team. Let's be for real. If it weren't for the two touchdown call back, Jermaine Burton would be the hero of the game. And we can't not forget about Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond is a man child. That man, that's a man. That's man.
Right.
That man.
Right.
So I'm very impressed with the offense. I mean, the wide receivers, man.
Right, I agree. And that was supposed to have been the weak link on the offense.
Yes,
that was supposed to have been the suspect. And that's actually as a position group, they have, to me, outperformed expectations.
Yes,
I agree with you. Jermaine Burton has made me kind of say, all right, man, I'm cool with you this year.
Yeah,
Last year, I'm cool with you. You know what I'm saying?
And Jermaine Burton was on that. Listen, Jermaine Burton was on that. You just shut up and show me, bro. Just show me. I don't want to talk good about you. But now that's what the Alabama team with me like. Look, bro, I can't hype y'all up like y'all some unsung, some heroes. Some y'all just shut up and play ball, man. Quit talking about the murder ball. If you gonna do murder ball, go play a ball. I don't want to hear the talk no more, bro. If you pissed off, like you said in your video, we all pissed off.
We all pissed off, right? But see, this is my thing too, though. Now, if you go back to the game, if we really go back to the game, we really look at the X's and O's of it, the offense. I know it might sound crazy, but the offense really didn't perform that bad. If we really go back and look at it, like if you look at Jalen, like I said earlier, I understand his deficiencies, like that one interception where he kind of stared the man down. And the safety undercut him. That was one of them. Oh, Jalen, we know better than that. We can't do that. See what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you look at his stats, 255, well, he had almost 300 total.
Yeah.
And that's to me. This is to me. That's good for his deficiencies.
Yeah.
Now we could have had 3 running backs because we had 3 running backs that told the tape plus him, so we had 4. We should have had at least 250. If we can get 250 yards combined a game, man, I don't see nobody can really stop us because that controls the ball. Yep. That controls the game. And go ahead.
Go back to what I was saying. Well, Iceberg brought up. First half, we had over 90-some yards in rushing. If you say you're trying to go back to the offense, like I said, it might not be explosive plays, but if it was working, you got to stick with it because old Alabama ran the ball, and it wasn't always their big explosive plays. But by in the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, the upside is wore down. We didn't control the ball game. Now we playing our football. So just because it ain't big explosive plays, you gotta lean on it. If it's working, you gotta lean on it.
Look how Texas did us that last quarter. That last quarter, especially them last 2 drives. Man, they ran the ball down our throat because they had leaned on us and beat on us the whole game. To where now I could beat on, even like you saying, like a lot of people saying, go back to the old Alabama. Let's just go back to the year when Lane Kiffin had Derrick Henry. Let's just go back to that year right there. Man, Derrick Henry in that running game opened up the pass. Tomato boy looked real good. See what I'm saying? And this is the same thing, man. We run the ball like that, man. You're gonna bring them safeties up. And when you bring them safeties up with that cannon that young boy got, that's when we go deep on them. And then when you utilizing I understand it's a different coaches. I understand different offensive minded people. But Lane used to, like I was saying earlier, Lane used to use them jet sweeps and them tunnels to open up everything else. See what I'm saying? And it helps because of with Isaiah Bond and all them. Man, you get them little dudes in space, man, who gonna stop them?
Yeah, who gonna stop them?
Who gonna stop them if you get them in space? And ain't nobody gonna one-on-one stop them. And nobody in the NCAA, in my opinion, will stop them kids one-on-one in the open field. So why not get them in those positions? See what I'm saying? To succeed, you gotta put those kids in spots, man. And I just use myself for example. I got a kid, man. I'm 5'9". 5'9". I got a kid that's a couple inches taller than me at 11 years old, right? And this on my 11U team. Man, last week, right before the game, I told him, I said, hey, man, you my cheat code. He like, what you mean, coach? He say, man, I'm going to use you in so many ways to where even if you don't get the ball, everybody think you get the ball and I'm going to score the other way. And it happened.
Yep.
And after the game, I was like, "You trust me?" He like, "Yeah, coach." Big smile, big Kool-Aid smile on his face.
Yeah.
He goes, "Man, you got me $100." I'm like, "Yeah, man. If you mess with me, man, I get some money every week. I make sure your daddy make sure he pay you every Saturday." Because of the scheming, you have to utilize your talents to your ability. I understand, like, we got a playbook. I understand everybody has a playbook, but sometimes you got to scrap that. Sometimes you got to just throw it away.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Got to throw it away.
Cold dude. And see, this is why I tell people, I say, if I was a coach on that level, high school level, college level, the reason why I would be successful, for one, I'm a former offensive lineman. I love my offensive line. My offensive line gonna stay tight. But I love offense. Coach dude, when I was 8, 9, me and my cousin used to play in the yard. My cousin is Jonathan Wallace. He's the Kansas running back coach, and he played for Auburn. He was the quarterback. Yeah. So he used to be our quarterback when he was a little baby, bro. The littlest one out there, our quarterback. But we used to draw plays. I said, but I do know how to change up my offense to fit my personnel. I know how to do it. I know you might have a system, but you got to look at your team and be like, all right, let me switch this up. Let me work out the kinks in this and do this and do that for my team can be effective team so we can have an effective offense. Man, I agree with you, man.
Let me ask you this. Let's just say let's just say Stark. Let's just say Stark was still our OC. Yeah. Do you think that we'll be having more draw plays from the quarterback's position, more rollouts? You see what I'm saying? Things like that to utilize this boy. Do you think Stark will be more like, hey, this boy is I don't need to drop back, have this kid drop back 3 yards every time and be trying to do reads? No. See what I'm saying?
I think Stark would be good with this because I'm gonna tell you something a lot of people don't realize about Stark. Every time Stark has an offense, every time he can coach basically, he always have 1,000-yard rusher.
Thank you.
That's what makes his offense so fair. People just look at the big plays, but the little things that I notice, he always keeps 1,000-yard rusher. So for Miro, if he had a quarterback like Miro, he's gonna work in the favor of Miro, and guess what? He gonna scheme for Miro, and guess what? He gonna use that big arm because his deep ball is hell of good. Miro deep ball is hell of good, and that's gonna be Sarkisian bread and butter. We're gonna bait y'all. Man, Sarkisian was over on the sideline. He was in here bag, bro. He was in here bag.
Hey, now check this out. Now, even with Lane, you remember when Lane had Jacob Coker, right?
Yeah.
we was running draw plays and sweeps with Jacob Coker. I'm just saying now, come on, bro. If we were doing that with Jacob Coker.
Listen, he came in Blake Sims. Bro, everybody hated Blake Sims. But by
right.
Blake Sims, you were like, shit, Blake Sims.
Blake the man, right? Blake broke records. Like, what? Come on, man. But those coaches, man, they understood that, hey, man, this quarterback or that quarterback has deficiencies. Even with Lane now, look at what Lane doing with the quarterback down at Ole Miss now. He know this kid got deficiencies like mud. But hey, let me utilize this boy legs. If I utilize this boy legs, that means that's gonna bring more pressure to the defense, and that means everybody's gonna start coming up. And when you start bringing your tail up, I'm gonna go over the top on you.
I'm gonna bust you.
And then guess what? That tight end game will be even more. 84 will be. Yeah, I can't think of his last name, but 84. Man, he will shine even more. Is the kid from Maryland on the team? The transfer boy?
I was about to go back. I was like, because I was thinking about that the day before I even got on. I said, what the heck was CJ Dupree? I said,
where is he at? This is the thing. I mean, Nick, man, if you looked at Notre Dame for the last couple of years, has put tight ends in the NFL religiously. Like, what are we doing?
Yes.
They put more tight ends in the league than wide receivers, and we got a stable of tight ends.
Then our coaching staff, okay, we got Tom Reese. He known for like to using tight ends. Why he ain't using? Listen, the support staff, John McNulty, he's a person that coach tight ends and like to use tight end. And Joe Cox, he's the future of a coming tight end dude. But Ken Wisenhunt, somebody else on the support staff, known for tight ends. Where are the tight ends besides Amari Nee Black? I was expecting a big dose of Jasita Dupree, Amari Nee Black, Danny Lewis Jr., and I'm like, just Amari Nee Black. That's it.
That's it. We have not used the 7 personnel. We have not used our 7 personnel to correct. We haven't even put the 8 personnel because, like I said, man, with those two, with them 2 guys that we just mentioned at tight end, that's a niche match. If you put them 2, and then you still got your boy, the pretty boy from Georgia that transferred over, that's doing good right now. Let me say that he's doing very good right now. Yeah, and then with the running back, man, it opens up so much, man. And then all you got to do is start using them in the motions, just like what they were doing with Notre Dame, and it opens up more holes in the running game. It does so much to where now I'm like, Tommy, all right, man, y'all need to have a coach's meeting and say, Nick, let me just run my offense.
And
just let me run my offense.
I said a lot. Here you go, some Clemson right here. I was big. I was like Dabo. Dabo said Garrett Riley is coming in to run Clemson's offense. This is in the offseason. I'm saying, why would you hire Garrett Riley when that offense you've been trying to do ain't been effective since Trevor Lawrence and Justin Ross? Let them man come in and work magic. So now I'm listening. They always saying the offensive coordinator come in and run Alabama offense. Look, let Tom Maurice have this thing, man. Let Tom Maurice have it. Because I was expecting to see a lot more eye candy because Tom Maurice did that at Notre Dame. When you go back and watch Notre Dame with Tom Maurice, take out the outcome of games, take out how it looks and look at the X's and O's. There was a lot of eye candy. There was a lot of tight end play. It was a lot of tight end usage. And what they did, they ran the ball hell of good in Notre Dame. That was very
I'll say this. I know people might be saying, man, Notre Dame ain't played nobody these first couple games. But if you look at their offense, they was just a quarterback away from having a top 10 offense in the NCAA. And that's what they get. And I'm sorry, that's what we should be looking like, man. I'm sorry. And I know people gonna say Jalen's the reason. No, it's not just Jalen. You got me and my cousin, we were talking about this the other night. Man, I said, man, Alabama offense, and I think I mentioned it to on my thing, or I know I mentioned it somewhere. I just forgot, but I know I was talking to my cousin also. I was like, man, our offensive line, everybody's been saying they average 6'4", 330 pounds. Let's just say that's the average.
I know I heard you say that too. Yeah.
And they average is bigger than the NFL line. But at the same time, if we got these big ass kids like that, why are we putting them in a bad situation by dropping their quarterback and making them pass block like that when they're so big? Man, I have an analogy like this, man. If you got them big ass boys, make them move, as in get them comfortable, get them to busting some heads open first, then go to the passing game. But you got to get them people you got to get their juices going. They juices is, hey man, let me put my hands on this dude and pancake him. And if I can pancake him 3-4 times, then you can pass it all you want to, because now I'm hyped.
Coming from a former offensive lineman, not a college offensive lineman, but I was an offensive lineman since Pee Wee football all the way to goddamn high school.
So you know the line. You know the line.
Yes. So we love run blocking. If there's nothing more than we love run blocking. We want to get physical with you in the trenches. Pass blocking, run blocking builds up our confidence to back pass block. But we want run the ball. We love. Listen, I'm gonna tell you a play from 8th grade, from middle school. We had a play called 10 good. Basically, they're just putting the ball in. The running back is good, and he finna run up this center and the guard. I played center as well. That's the position I mainly played center. Listen, first play, took it to the house. Flag on the play, holding. Colt came in, bro. Colt came in. He caught a timeout, and he had to. He came in and looked at us in the huddle. He looked at the offensive line, looked at us. He said, "Run it again." We ran same exact play. Touchdown, take it to the house. Because we like to get physical, bro. We like we know we own that first play. We know we owned it, and they just built this up. You're like, run it again. We're gonna take this to the house again. And like you were saying, you gotta get these offensive line physical. Because when you show them that you believe in them in the run game, bro, you're gonna get better pass blocking out of
You
them.
get better pass block. That's man. And man, Nick, I've never played offensive line a day in my life. Man, I've always was on the defensive side. I didn't start really liking offensive football till these last couple of years when I had to coach offense.
Yeah.
And man, I even understand that. Like, hey man, if you got your offensive line and they are moving and they grooving, man, follow behind them big boys. That's going. It's nothing wrong with 3 yards in a cloud of dust, y'all.
Nope,
It is
it's not.
nothing wrong with that. It is nothing wrong, man. I'm sorry because a lot of people are using this. Oh, well, the everybody's bigger, everybody's faster, everybody blah 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 blah. But if you look at the most successful teams besides Kansas City, if you look at the most successful teams besides Kansas City, they run the dang gone football.
They run it, bro. They run it. And this is the part of football that ain't gonna change. The run is gonna open up so much more other stuff.
Yes.
It's not gonna change, bro.
Yes.
And then what I be telling people, want to be so complicated and stuff. I said, in the end of the day, football is football, bro. You ain't got to make it so complicated. It's football.
Football. Right. It's football. Regardless. Right.
It looks nice when you can throw in little different wrinkles and stuff. It looks good. But at the end of the day, it's football.
But see, I'm gonna tell you too though. Madden has messed up the game. It's not, a lot of people say it's blah 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 blah. No, man, a lot of times Madden has messed up the game because
hey, I'm gonna tell you this, it messed up coaching too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because you got a lot of coaches that if I've been running this on Madden, they sit and play Madden for 3-4 hours a day, and they think they can use the same plays that they got on Madden and bring it to the real world.
I've seen coaches try to use Madden plays on 6, 7, 8-year-olds, bro.
Yes, that's man. I see it daily. I the other day I had to tell a coach, man, we was having a scrimmage, man. I had to tell a coach. Oh, he came up to me. He's like, "What you think?" I said, "Man, I ain't trying to offend him." I'm like, "Man, it look nice, man, but let me say this to you." He's like, "What's up?" I said, "Man, where you get these?" He's like, "Man, Miami Dolphins." I said, "Man, those Miami Dolphins, man, they get paid millions of dollars for this. You dealing with kids. What are we doing, sir?" Like, stop that.
When my son was 6 years old, when he played first year tackle, he played tackle. The coach out there talking all this. Coach, telling the players, keep containment. Now we're talking to 6 years old. Now you might have 1 or 2 of them that know what that is. So I stopped. I asked the parents, I said, "Do y'all know what containment is?" Most of the parents over there, mamas, they're like, I said, "So what these little sixes?" I said, "Most of these boys, this is their first time playing football. What do you think? Why do you think they know what containment is?" I said, "You gotta go out there and show them what containment is."
Right. Let me ask you this.
Tell them what you want them to do and show them.
When I brought up the service academies earlier today, Navy and Army are constantly in a bowl game, correct?
Yep.
They constantly win. Not you might have a season or 2 where they win 4 or 5 games.
I'm gonna stop you right there real quick.
Yes, sir.
What you about to say is stuff I had discussion with off camera. I already know where you finna go. Go ahead with it.
Cause I was just gonna say, man, they constantly go to bowl games running the ball. They don't throw the ball nothing but 5. They throw the ball less than 30 times a year. So everybody is saying like you got to do this, you got to do that to win the game. I understand, but hey, man, we got to take the fan. Sometimes, like with Alabama this year, with our team this year, we have to take the fandom out of it and look at what we really have. See what I'm saying? We can have a dominant murder ball football team if we utilize that. If we utilize what we really have instead of trying to go back to the past with Bryce Young and all that, man. Salute to Bryce Young, but Bryce Young is not on our team no more. Like, what are we doing? God, it hurts.
And I'm gonna tell you what happens when you get players like Bryce Young. Now you get an offensive coordinator that depending on just Bryce Young, and now you're not playing complementary football to complement the team. You expect the Bryce Young to do every daggone thing. And what happens as a season like last season?
I'm still here. I'm trying my dang on phone did something. I'm still here with you.
All right.
Yeah, but I agree, man. And see, that's the same thing that's happening now. What the heck been going on? I'm tripped out there. Oh man. losing. But yeah, man, I agree with you, man. And that.
Okay. If a team needs a free first down attack, that's what it kind of feel like. Cause it feel like he gonna do something. You right. It's funny. I hate to admit it, but that's what it feel like, bro. It feel like that. Dang. I was having good convo with Cold Dude, but man, yeah, man. Do my things, man. I feel like it's a lot we got to work on. Like Carl Saban said, it's fixable. But the only thing I have in question is the players' mentality. How do they man up? How do they move forward in the season? And like I said, let me go over this list I got. The things I want to see from Alabama this week is the offensive game plan with Buckner. Offensive game plan with Buckner. Running the daggone ball. Pressure on the quarterback from the defense. Turnovers from the defense. Daggone better O-line play. And more tight end usage in the pass game. Gotta see that to get better. I want to see that moving forward. So Tyler Buckner, QB1. Let's rally up. Let's do what we gotta do. Tyler Buckner, QB1. Let's do what we gotta do. And
yeah, my bad. No, but man, I this game right here ain't gonna really show us nothing, man. I honestly.
And when I say it too, when I did the preview prediction and my final thoughts on the Florida game, it was more about the final thoughts because I said, Bama fans, if we come out here and beat the brakes off this team, this is not a statement win. This is a dub win. We're supposed to beat the brakes off of them. Now, we got to see how we measure up against the Ole Misses and the Texas A&Ms and LSU's moving on and forward in the season.
Well, let me ask you this. It's not just we know we're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? This is not one of those games where we like, but it's how we win this game.
Yes.
It's really how we perform. You know what I'm saying? If we really get back to, okay, let's get back to our game. Let's get back to we're going to control the ball for 40 minutes out of the game or at least 30 minutes out of the game, things like that. And if we really get back to establishing the identity of this game, I don't care if we win 60-6 nothing. But if we have 200 yards of more running the ball, I feel better.
But
I know everybody want to see. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I'm going to say, man, I know everybody want to see Tyler, and I know everybody want to see Ty. But at the same time, I guess people are not trusting Coach Nick because Jalen Milroe was the starter for a reason. I say that again. Jalen Milroe was a starter for a reason. Was the starter for the reason. Everybody's saying, well, because he won the team. That's a big difference. If you can win the team, the quarterback supposed to win the team.
Honestly, that is a big thing because when you win the team over, the boys gonna be willing to fight for you, bro. They're gonna be willing to fight for you. It's just real. When you win the team over, they're willing to fight for you, bro. But I'm gonna say this to what you just said though. It's gonna be easy against a South Florida. Just like you said, you want to see how we win because I felt this after the Middle Tennessee game. But it's easier against an opponent to feel like this. So it looks like, okay, I see they on the right track. But I gotta see when they start punching, when teams punch back, how do we respond? How do we respond after that? So, yes, we're going to probably see a lot of things we want to see against South Florida, but it's South Florida. It's pretty easy to come out there and assert your dominance, make it look like, yeah, our run game back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to see us moving forward, man.
But then, okay, now, but look at the Middle Tennessee game.
I've been around for a long time. I remember my probation period. I wasn't as locked in there because, hey, I'm only 34, so I was young doing a bit, but I remember the probation periods.
Struggle year. Right.
I hate the word. I hate the name Mike now because of
the Shula years. Yes. People forget about that. Hey, look, people forget about Nick Saban first year at Alabama. People forget about all of that. They don't even remember that. I have to tell
Louisiana
people like,
Monroe.
hey, man.
Oh my God.
Right. Nigga, we went, excuse me, but people, we went 7-6, Nick, first year. We lost to
Yes.
Louisiana Lafayette first year at home. Like, this is like, but I understand. But if you look at, excuse me, if you go back to the first game of the season with Middle Tennessee, we saw some of the deficiencies in the line then. See what I'm saying? Because Middle Tennessee was getting at Jalen. Jalen had a good Jalen was doing what he was supposed to do that game. And if you were real, I know a lot of people don't look at the game from the X's and O's. A lot of us look at it from the fandoms aspect of it. I understand that. But I look at it from the X's and O's also. And I saw some of the deficiencies, but I was just like, okay, they was just the first game jitters. We can kind of let that go. You see what I'm saying? But then we really got exposed on that line that second game. And at the line of scrimmage on both sides, offense and defense, we got exposed. So I'm more of, okay, since we got exposed, what have we done the whole week from Saturday night after we lost up until Saturday afternoon when we played? What did we do to fix it?
I'm gonna tell you what one player was doing. Amari Neblack instantly went live on Instagram Live, and he was talking about how many views he got.
So that lets you know right there.
Like I said, what I'm questioning is the mentality of the players, the dog in them. And
right.
Look at the comment on the screen, B-Rod. Watch Reese call a better game with Buckner at QB. For some reason, I feel like this is the plan for all along. I feel like Reese really want Buckner. And Buckner, if he so happens to be the guy, look, I need a championship this year. So whatever. Yeah. But I'm just not all the way on. Let's give up on Milroe. We got to build confidence in this team as a whole, and Milroe and this team as a whole, because I don't know.
I guess a lot of people weren't watching Notre Dame when Tommy was cussing out Tyler. I'm just saying. I guess we forget about all that stuff right there. I'm guessing that we forget about Tyler was on the way to getting benched at Notre Dame too. I guess we forget that Tyler had transferred out of Notre Dame because he was going to lose his job no matter if Tommy was staying or not. I guess we forget about all those things. I guess we're just forgetting about all of that.
And I tell people about Sam Hartman. Look, I've been watching Sam Hartman his whole career. The reason why, because my last name is the same last name as him, Hartman. But I told people, I said, honestly, if Sam Hartman would have transferred to Alabama, I'm telling you, Sam Hartman would have been Alabama quarterback.
Yeah, Sam was the man. Sam is the man. Sam is good. Sam is great. But it's just a thing, like, okay, if Tyler was that great at Notre Dame, they wouldn't have called Sam. Say, hey, I need you. See what I'm saying? It's the same way at Alabama. I'm not making no excuses, because if Jalen was so good, then Tommy wouldn't have called Tyler and said, hey, come on down here with me, because you can kind of beat this kid out. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I understand that, but my thing is, if you go back to Tyler starting at Notre Dame, everything that everybody's crying about and saying about Jalen, they're going to be saying about that shit in 2 weeks when we play Ole Miss.
They're
gonna be saying the same thing. That's what's that. And I was on. I don't know if I was on. What was it, Iceboxing them? Yeah, when I came to Iceboxing them panel the first time, and I was like, man, I wish everybody, the team. I mean, not the team, but the fan base would get behind Jalen, because this was at the time when we was having the quarterback competition and everybody was divided. Like right now, we are house divided, and I was like, man, I just wish, as a fan base, as the people that love Alabama, just go ahead and get behind the kid and let's ride it out. And if we show support and we trust the process, what you think everybody else will do? We'll be like, okay, we know Jalen. Right. Now we start booing, we start getting at Tommy saying, hey, Tommy, run the damn ball. We're not saying that to Tommy. Everybody's all on Jalen here right now instead of getting on the coaches. The coaches is what's freaking us up right now.
Yeah, man, I agree. What percent of the playbook was available with Milroe at quarterback? Reese was visibly frustrated. Video shows open guys a lot who weren't seen.
And I understand that, but are we catering the offense to Milroe's capability? The kid is not a 3-read kid. The kid is a 1-2 read and get the hell on.
Hey, same thing I compare when I talk about Georgia, that's what made Stetson Bennett so good. Todd Monken know how to dial it up for 1, 2. If it ain't there, boy, do what you do. Quit playing. Do what you do. Get up out of there. Quick throws. Get the ball out your hand fast. If it ain't there, take it to the house. Do what you do.
Throw the ball away. Get out of there. Right. That's coaching. That's coaching too. Even to my level of football, man, these levels that I've been on. Hey man, we tell our quarterback, hey man, you got 1,000, 2,000. If that man ain't opening 1,000, get your tail out of there. Either throw the ball away or get down and give me a couple yards. It's the same thing in the professional league. It's the same thing in college too. You don't have that long. So that's not just Jalen, that's coaching.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? We should be coaching that kid up to, hey man, you're supposed to have an internal clock. Tom Brady has an internal clock. See what I'm saying? These kids, Shedeur Sanders has an internal clock. These kids have internal clocks.
I agree. I'm with you, dog. I'm with you. It's 100% too.
And see, okay, and I use Cam Newton as an example. Go to Cam Newton in college. Cam Newton at Auburn. How many reads did Cam Newton have? 1 read, 2 read, go.
Yep.
If that, he might have had a 1 read and get the hell on. Same thing. Simplify it to where if he come back next year, he's a better quarterback. Right now, he's an athlete, so we have to use that athlete.
I agree, bro. I'm with you, dog. Man, this is the same stuff I be saying off camera, dog. This is the same stuff I be saying off camera. No, I'm crazy right now. I'm speechless because this is the same stuff I be talking about, dog. I just some of the stuff I say, it may not come off to fans, but when former Alabama players come out and say the same thing, they don't feel like that dog in them. Then Coach Saban come back and back them. No, they should be criticized because in life you're gonna be criticized, and sometimes in life you're gonna lose your job. It validates what I be saying, stuff like that. And when somebody else come back and say the same stuff like you just say I be saying off camera, make me feel like I ain't crazy, man.
Because like I said, man, you're not just looking at it. You're not just looking at it from the fandom. Because I mean, like I said earlier, all of us fans are pissed off. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I keep saying this. How many times has Nick went undefeated at Alabama?
Yeah, that for real. That facts.
I'm just asking. Now we lose too. Now we lose. I ain't even gonna say because see. Long as we keep, and it's just me, I always want to win a national championship. I always want to win let me start off. I always want to win the West first. I always want to win the SEC second. Then I always want to win the national championship third. Which one of those goals are gone?
Say it again now. Say it again.
The West? SEC West is still available.
Yep.
The SEC championship is still available, and the national championship available.
I mean,
everything is still available.
Still available is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. So why are we like everybody like for the fans? I understand the media. The media is supposed to do this.
Yeah,
but for us fans,
they made their money.
Right. Why are we just jumping off like, oh man, the season over with this? We ain't even played no SEC games yet. Like, what? Come on. Like, oh God, I'd rather lose early September than lose in late October, November. What are we doing?
You know, and sometimes maybe that's how I probably come off as fans. But like I tell fans, it's not my program. It's not Coach Saban I want to question. I'm questioning, do these players got the dog in them? Do they got the heart in them to give it down? Because
why you don't question Saban?
They don't care.
Why you don't question Saban when he the head coach? He supposed to put some dog in the door. I'm just asking that coach. I'm just asking the nigga. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't. There's the players that. Do y'all got it in y'all? I like because even through the tough times at Alabama, one thing we noticed from them players had heart in them. Them boys they had a dog in them,
right.
Bro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, and I'm talking about before
saying. Let me ask you this. Now let me ask you this, because now you know we got to speak on. You know we had 2 touchdowns called back.
Yep.
We had a costly penalties. We still having them. So if you take, let's just say let's just hypothetically say you still got them 14 points on the board, and you take away 2 penalties, don't we win?
Yep.
So I'm just saying. So it's not like we just doomed out here. We just got to do some corrective corrective mistakes and get that shit together before SEC play. That's all. And then honestly, how the SEC schedule, it kind of works out for us because our first SEC game is Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's going to help us out so much because it's going to be a lot of hype on that game. You got Pete Golding, the old defensive coordinator. You got Lane Kiffin, the old our offensive coordinator. So the hype is going to be on it. It's going to be so much pressure on Lane and them more than us. Because see now, I honestly think I'm how can I say it? It sounds crazy, but I'm grateful for the loss. And the reason why I'm grateful for the loss because now we've been punched. We've been knocked down. We lost the championship round. Now let's go on back, regroup, and now we need to become the hunter. We've been the hunted for so long. We haven't had the role of being the hunter. Let's switch it up. Let's be the hunter. Let's start being the hunter. Let's start playing like, hey, we reckless. Forget the murder ball. That murder ball, we shouldn't even say that at all. We should have been saying, hey man, we back to this fireball. That fireball is in, hey man, we playing with controlled, reckless aggression. Yeah. And if we play with controlled, reckless aggression, man, we can do what we used to do, man. It can be beautiful again.
Yep. Hey, y'all, I see 17 in the chat. Y'all, please hit the like button for me, man. I highly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV, which is this channel, please do it. And so I 17 please go over to Bam Down Sports, subscribe to him on YouTube. If y'all familiar with CTS Sports Room, most of us have left the CTS Sports Room and we have started Bam Down Sports. And also, if you're not subscribed to Coach Dude Sports TV, Coach Dude Sports TV, Sports, my bad, Coach Dude Sports, please go do that over there. He keeps it 100. 100.
And I'm gonna make you laugh. Don't make you laugh.
Don't do that. And before we move forward, I do have to address this. To the Texas fan base, to the Texas players, that video clip that was put out, the fans and stuff, that is not the opinions and the mindset of all Alabama fans. Truly sorry to all college football fan bases that heard that and seen it. Sorry to y'all. Apologize. I'm just a little guy, a little grain of salt in the pile of whatever. But we sincerely apologize because that is not the mindset of all Alabama fans. All Alabama fans. And we got to remember Alabama fan bases that do think that. Some of those guys that won us national championships come from the projects. They come from the trenches.
Oh my God, I said, man.
Situations.
Did you see that video I made about that situation?
Yes. Yeah, I sure
I said the same thing. I said, man, listen, man, we got they happy when we win it. And like how you just said, we got more than 5 kids on that team right now that come from the same situations that they just talked about. I publicly said, hey, I apologize myself from the Alabama fan base. That was not all of us. These people are not used to losing. They are not used to this. So they are, them drunken minds speak their mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's them. Please don't take it out on all of us. I'm like you, bro. They don't speak for all of us. We have a good fan base. We just passionate in Alabama because we don't have pro teams. See what I'm saying? So our pro teams is Alabama. Our pro teams is Auburn. See what I'm saying? Or whatever school they root, our people from Alabama root for. Those are our pro teams. A lot of people, because I have to explain this. On my page, a lot of my subscribers come from Texas. Yeah. So, I'm battling with them people all day from high school to college. And, you know what I'm saying? We trash talk, but it's good talk. But I tell them too, I'm like, hey man, it's a little different for us in Alabama because we don't have everything else that them states got. So we a little more passionate, a little more crazier about it. But please, I'm like you, man, just excuse excuse them few. I hope them few get caught and get put out, can't never come back to the game a day in they freaking life. They shouldn't even be able to go to a Troy game. They shouldn't even be able to go to a Jeff Davis game. I don't care who. They shouldn't be able to go to no games, no dang on more. I hope they find idiots. Right. I said the same thing. Ban them. They shouldn't be able to come back no more.
Y'all, every fan base has those type of guys. Racism is everywhere. They don't represent majority of. That's true, man. That's true.
That's true.
I just gotta apologize for me. You know what I'm saying? The little Alabama me, man. Like that was unnecessary. And Shutter Light said something about what I think about Texas saying they want Georgia Southern maybe, but I don't think they want the Bulldogs.
Yeah, man, Texas better. And this is one thing I kept telling everybody, man. All my hope, the people from Texas. I said, yeah, true enough, y'all beat us. Hey, man, y'all remember when Texas A&M beat us with Johnny Football? I said, what was their overall record around here? I said, just because everybody's national championship game is against Alabama right now. So if you beat Alabama, congratulations. Salute. Y'all did great. But y'all still got 10 more games to go now. You're worried about the rest of them 10 games.
And like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm big on Kansas right now. Why? My cousin running back coach there. Yes, I'm sort of biased when I say this.
Nice.
Don't wet the bed against teams over there in y'all conference because Kansas look nice. And they beat Texas a couple years back.
Hey, man, they quarterback. That little dude is nice.
Running back, too. Running back 1,000-yard rusher last season.
Hey, man, they sleeping. And then I'm going to tell you like this, man, with that Big 12, look at how Texas Tech took it to Oregon. See what I'm saying? This conference play like, okay, out of conference. Y'all got the out of conference. Y'all won the out of conference championship. Now win your conference championship. See what I'm saying? Y'all got the out of conference. Now win your conference. They still got to work. I know TCU is not TCU, but those are rivalry games. See what I'm saying? Those are games. Those games that Texas Tech, the TCU, the Kansas State. Those are their Auburn games every week. See what I'm saying? Those are their LSU games every week for them people. So they need to, just because they beat Alabama, they need focus. Focus on the rest of y'all season. Focus on y'all accomplishments so we can play y'all in the playoffs and we beat y'all head in the playoffs.
Yep.
Beat y'all when
I got my bad. I got 21 in the chat. Please hit the like button right now. Please hit the like button right now.
Shut it live. Shut it live. Do all that stuff.
Share it. Coach Dude Sports. Go subscribe. Bam Down Sports Sports on YouTube. Please go subscribe to that, man. Run it up. Run all this up. Coach Dude Sports. Coach Dude Sports. Y'all remember that. If you're not, hey, I don't mind y'all leaving right now. Go to type it in, hit the subscribe button, hit the little ding. So you
look, all they gotta do, they ain't even gotta type in the sports. All they gotta do is go to their search bar and just type in Coach Dude, and they will see my little ugly face right there and there.
And if you on this live right now and you're not subscribed to Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk, which is this channel right here, which is more, please do that for me, man. I'm trying to run it. I'm on the race to 1,000. Hey, I'm almost at the watch hours. I started this channel at the last week, the week we played Kansas State. This when I started this channel. And I'm almost at the watch house. I just need to subscribe. So y'all help me out, man. Please help me out.
You the other way around. I need the watch time. I got the subscribers. I just need. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't really go live that often. You know what I'm saying? So with me not really going live that often, I don't get the watch time. And I honestly enjoy going to panels more than I enjoy having my own. I don't know why. But I just enjoy going to other panels and having a good time, man. But for myself, man, I kept telling like my wife, she be on my top. Baby, you got the channel. What you know football. You love football. Just do it. And I just be like,
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You just said your wife be on you, bro. That's a big support group. That's the biggest supporter right there, bro. If your wife on you about it, bro, you got something, dog.
Right. And see, I'm gonna tell you, like with my page, man. I honestly, I started as a quote unquote content creator last year. But right before football season because of Mardi Gras. That's what I had to it's a good bets. You know, it's a friendly rivalry between Mobile, Alabama, and New Orleans, Louisiana. For the people that don't know, you know what I'm saying, Mobile is the first city to have Mardi Gras in the United States of
Yeah,
Alabama.
that's
But
facts.
you know, a lot of people think that it's New Orleans. So
Nope.
that's why I started off my page with the parades, even though it was all sports, because you know I'm sports. Last year football season, I was coaching for a different program and for the kids, and I was, you know, hey man, I got the kid. I had games live for the kids, like this Saturday. If tomorrow, long as you know the Lord is willing, I'll be going live for my football game. Just things like that. But I
Okay.
try to use my page to it's for fun, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what the internet is, to learn and have fun and stuff like that. But also, man, for the kids in my community, see what I'm saying? For the kids that's I got into my program, I try to put on for them. It's like that one interview I did with that young man that
Yes, sir. I love
played
that
for
thing.
Jackson.
A matter of fact, I got on that day too.
Yeah, you came on up and you was asking, and I appreciate you because you came on up asking real questions. It wasn't no goofy, stupid, nothing like that. You see what I'm saying? That's what I do, man. That's what I try to do, man. I try to, you know, put on for those kids. After that, I had a young kid that's going to Alabama A&M, baseball kid. That's all. I got a couple more that I'm gonna do this upcoming year. But it's just, man, I put on for the kids in my community more than anything else, man. I love talking football, man.
Yeah.
I love talking sports, but football is just that's in college. Don't get me wrong, NFL is good. I love the NFL, but college is where it's at for me, man.
Like you, man. I mean, college, I can't miss a game.
Right.
NFL, I don't care if I miss it or not. I ain't gotta watch an NFL game. I don't have. I'm a Bucks fan. You see me in your comments, go Bucks. Listen, Mike Allstott, my favorite Buccaneer of all the time. Derrick Brooks, John Lynch, Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, Barber. Them guys is my guys. Sean King, Ward Dunn. God dang on.
You said Sean King, right? You a real fan. You a real fan.
Listen, Joe Jerry Vision, folk don't even remember him.
Right. Right. You're a real fan. When you said Sean King, that was enough for me right there.
Listen, I'm 34, so I'm telling you people that when I was a young jet following them, when I was a little kid following them, bro.
Right. And see, I'm gonna tell you, man, another reason why I kind of I love NFL, but man, I'm a Cleveland Brown fan. And you know, if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, Sundays is not really the day you look forward to when it comes to football. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a long time ago. Football, Jay got back and signed for y'all, boy.
Hey man, it's still not exciting. I'm still on that. Prove it to me. I'm not. I would hype them up. No, I'm not. I'm not one of them people. You got to prove this to me because I'm crying. The Cleveland Browns just made me cry when I was little, bro. So I'm used to disappointment.
And what you just said, you got to prove it to me, guys. I believe Crimson too, but that's what my Alabama Crimson Tide team currently stands with me. Prove it, bro. Prove it. Hey, but
see, man, one thing.
Go ahead.
One thing I'm like I said earlier, man, I'm hating about this season, man. We so divided. It just seems like the fan base is so divided. Like we're not together. Also, man, this is to me. I've never, even with the down seasons, you know what I'm saying, with the Mike Shula years and all that stuff. At least the fan base was together. We were all booing together. We were all, man, boo together. You see what I'm saying? We wasn't divided like how we are now, man. And I just look back at, even though the year was successful with Jalen and Tua, that second go round, but we were divided. And it just kind of worked out the right way. And I know the talent of quarterbacks is different. I know the talent of team is different. But we were divided a little bit, man. And when your home is divided like that lets the outside people come in and destroy what we have. And that's what's really happening and going on. And man, another thing, I understand the hypeness. I understand what everybody got going on. But we got so many Alabama fans that are more jockstrap riding with Colorado and Coach Prime than with our own team. It's like, hey man, y'all just forget about our own team, huh? Y'all don't like our own team. Y'all rather talk about Deion and them constantly. And I know from the content creation side,
Yeah.
I understand. But from the content creation side, this is Alabama football. And if you're an Alabama content creator, why not talk about bash your team? And if you bashing your team, you're gonna bring people in also. See what I'm saying? So it's not like you're gonna lose your viewing base. It's not like you're gonna lose nothing. Hell, you'll gain a viewing base just by bashing your own team. I've gained a couple subscribers just by talking about the situation that happened on the sideline. Talking about how that was bad.
That's why my man Kangaroo Black so good, bro. That's why my KB so good, cause he a Bama boy. He a Bama guy. But when Bama lose, he gonna keep that same energy.
That's right.
Keep that same energy as if he would keep with a Georgia if they lost, or keep with a Clemson. He gonna keep that same energy, bro. His thumbnail alone when Alabama lost was one of the hardest things. He put on bandages over his head.
The bandages and stuff, right?
Man, that was so hard. Then you click the video. It's so entertaining. I said, man, he done ran it up on that video, dog.
Right. And see, man, that's all I'm saying, man. It's like, man, don't turn your back. Like we got so many people turning their back and jumping ship. That's how you know they weren't real Alabama fans.
Mm-hmm.
They were just a spur of the moment. They winning. That mean they were Clemson fans before they were Alabama fans. That mean they were Ohio State fans for a year or two too. Yes. That's all. We honestly, I think we're really separating the fans from the fan the fan boys.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? We are really separating this right now.
That's why I try to explain people too on this channel. Listen, I'm a Bama fan. Listen, my name is Nick Saban Jr., bro. On YouTube. Listen, but the reason why I can talk about a Georgia, a South Carolina, I can talk about other SEC teams because that comes from the football in me. I love the game, so I can talk about the other teams. That's why I like to do it. And plus, I look at it for me as the Bama standpoint. It's so many Bama channels out there, but it's some top-notch Bama channels out there. It's hard for me to compete with a Bama standard because, you know, they get all the former Bama players on there.
Right.
So it's hard for me to just talk football and grow at the same time. But at the same time, I can talk other football because I like this junk, bro. I love football.
Right.
I love it.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like that. I can sit here and talk HBCU football with anybody. I can sit here and talk the Sun Belt Conference USA. I can sit and talk about UTSA with somebody. I can sit here and talk. It's just I can talk D2 football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can sit here and talk football all day long.
I'm trying to tell some of you youngers, bro. D2 football where it is. If you ain't getting no big offers, bro, D2 where it at, bro.
Hey man, look, I had to go to a JUCO, man, because of my grades, man, my little grade situation, man. That's why I'm tough on grades, not because of the opportunities that I blew with the ACT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, but still, man, like I say, man, it's so many levels of football from JUCO, NAIA, excuse me, the NAIA. It's so many levels of football, man. That like you say, man, we can just talk football all day long. You can go from the X's and O's to a team, to a conference, to a coach, to a player. We could, like, man, you can, like, a lot of people haven't even talked about the Heisman Trophy race right now. Everybody's like, oh man, this is a wide open race. You see what I'm saying? When you got Caleb Williams, who's doing this thing.
And I'm gonna tell you who I'm big on. I know Shador been getting a lot of hype, but I'm gonna tell you who I'm big on. Michael Penix Jr., bro.
Man, I keep telling everybody, man, that little dude up there, man, he
had Heisman numbers, Heisman finalist candidate numbers last year, but he didn't. Right. He didn't even get in the Heisman race.
Because they nobody
finalist, whatever.
That the bar. When you got them teams that play constantly at 9, 10, 11 o'clock on their time frame. On our time frame, we tired out. We tired. We've been footballing since 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. See what I'm saying? By the time they get to playing on TV, we kind of like, I'm gonna watch it and fall asleep. Man, that kid out there in Washington, he didn't lose no receivers. He didn't lose no running backs. I'm talking about to the NFL, to the transfer portal. He didn't lose no.
He ain't got a nice OC. Ryan grew up over there.
Right. They didn't lose. They didn't even lose no linemen, bro. They brought that exact team back that won 10 games last year.
What? Hey, you want dog? Hey, but I ain't gonna lie. Coach, dude, I'm finna end it live, man. I need you to stay on. I gotta tell you something real quick. But y'all,
Okay.
man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, everybody in the chat, Travis B, I see you, William Bryan, Eric D, everybody that came in. I can't name all y'all because it was a lot of y'all today. Sam Kirkland, man, what's good, man? Appreciate you for tuning in, but I appreciate all y'all, man.
Salute to the chat, man. Much respect, man.
Like I said, subscribe to Coach Dude Sports, Bam Down Sports as well. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV, man. And I appreciate y'all. Roll Tide. Salute y'all. And I'm out this thing, man.
Yo.
Yeah,
oh,
I forgot. I ain't in it. My bad, y'all.
You ended it on YouTube?